Dear students, welcome back to our course on textile effluent treatments. In this video, we'll see about the various constituents of water and the effects on textile wet processing. Further, we will be seeing about the quality requirements of water for cotton and synthetic textile processing. Water in textile processing. So this textile industry is the third largest consumer of water all over the world. The textile fibers, cotton, wool, silk, is prepared for fabrication by scouring process, which involve use of large quantities of water. As we already discussed in the previous video, wet processing of fiber requires water as an important solvent. Water is obtained from natural sources mostly, and this fresh water contains impurities that might not be useful and may affect our textile wet processing. Hence, water, though obtained from freshwater sources, are pre-treated. If not, the presence of impurity in water can cause defects in the form of shade variation, unevenness, and damage of the textile material, so which affects the quality of the textile. Hence, poor quality of water has an impact on the textile quality also. Therefore, the quality of water should be necessarily maintained for a better performance or for a better end result. So the major water consuming sector in textile industry, or the major water consuming processes in textile industry, are these following steps: sizing or desizing, scouring, bleaching, dyeing, printing, finishing, washing, and mercerization. Sizing, we have already seen that in order to strengthen the fibers in singeing, we add some agents such as starch to increase its strength. So on making the yarn, it may not break, the fibers may not break. And desizing is this removal of the sizing materials. So it requires water for washing, hence it's a major consumer. Scouring is also washing in the presence of some alkalis. So it also requires enormous quantity of water. Bleaching is, we are going to bleach the color of the original color of the fabric using bleaching liquid, which in turn requires the water as main solvent. And dyeing, naturally it requires water, since it's a water based process. Printing also requires water. Washing, mercerization, all these steps involves water for processing, and hence it consumes a larger quantity. Process consumption of water in wet process. So bleaching consumes about 38% of water, dyeing consumes 16%, printing consumes 8%, boiler consumes 14%, and other uses totally gives 24% of water. So we are going to see about constituent of water and its effect in textile processing. So what are the constituent of water? So constituent of water we can see from water parameters. So we already knew from environmental engineering the major parameters for water that are in a water. So the some major one are color, turbidity, pH value, alkalinity, acidity, TDS, TSS, specific conductivity, total hardness, temperature, iron content. Color. Normally water should be colorless, but naturally sometime there may occur water in a colorful form. So the color normally indicate presence of soluble and suspended matter, and this affects textile processing. As we know, colorful water imparts some color to the fabric, so hence it should be avoided So color is due to the presence of soluble and suspended matter. Turbidity is a condition where the water passed through the light passed through the water is reflected by the suspended matter in the water. This suspended matter may be organic or inorganic. pH, we all know that it is the concentration of H plus ion, and using this we determine whether water is acidic, alkaline or neutral. So alkalinity is due to the presence of bicarbonates, carbonates, hydroxides in water. This we all know already. Similarly, acidity is due to the carbon dioxide and carbonic acid ecosystem, which buffers the water into acidic. Total dissolved solids is mainly due to the inorganic salts which are dissolved in water, and sometimes small amount of organic matter may also be dissolved to constitute this total dissolved solids, and it is measured in ppm. Total suspended solids are the discrete particles which are insoluble in water. These can be removed by simple filtration. It is also measured in terms of parts per million. Total hardness, we all know hardness is caused by the compounds of calcium and magnesium and a variety of other metallic ions. Types of hardness, we know there are two types of hardness: temporary hardness and permanent hardness. When only bicarbonate salts of calcium and magnesium constitute hardness, it is termed as temporary hardness, since this type of hardness can be removed by just boiling. Permanent hardness is constituted when sulfate, chloride and nitrate salts of calcium and magnesium are present in water. This hardness cannot be removed by simple boiling, and hence it is termed as permanent hardness. Iron content. We all know iron occurs naturally in water in a number of forms. It may be present as ferric chloride, or in terms of ferric hydroxide or ferrous chloride, or any formation in water. It gives a red color or brown color due to the water. Clear water is colorless, but when this type of ionic salts are present, the water turns into red or brown color due to the ferrous ion in it. Excess iron content results, as we know, since it gives color, surely it will stain the fabric, and hence it is not desirable in textile water. Unsuitable waters for textile processing, or what the presence of constituent in water will do to a textile processing. So water used in textile industry should be low in iron content, magnesium content, heavy metals, dissolved solids, turbidity, color and hardness, and it should also be free from undesirable biological forms. Turbidity and color are objectionable as they cause streaking and staining. The iron and manganese also cause stain, or they cause other process difficulties at low concentrations. Hence, it should be also be avoided in textile water. Hardness is objectionable in many operations, especially in scouring, where soap and curds may be produced in the process, where deposit of precipitated calcium and magnesium may adhere to the material, which is surely it's undesirable. We won't expect such depositions in our cloth material. So for processing synthetic fibers, we use zeolite softened or deionized water. So it should be iron-free water for synthetic fiber manufacture. Hard water with magnesium and calcium ions results in shade change of the fabrics. So carbonate of calcium and magnesium, it causes precipitation while dyeing. We use aluminum or iron mordants with dye stuffs, and it causes precipitation of such components and results in improper dyeing. Some dyes got duller and even scum formation happens in hard water. Hence, hard water should definitely be avoided. Metal ion impurities such as iron and copper is a problem to the peroxide bleaching bath. So iron reduces the brightness of many dyes, and it also objectionable in washing of operations. We can't even use this iron rich water for wash operations also. Hard water is also responsible for scale formation in boilers. So if temporary hardness is high, the soft scales are formed, which causes corrosion. In desicing process, hard water deactivates the enzymes, and it also insolubilize the size materials such as starch and polyvinyl alcohol. So these are undesirable, and hence hardness and metal ionic concentrations, turbidity, color should be surely checked before using the water for our application. Specific water quality of surface water for textile industry. So it is given in the standard industrial classification number 22 under US survey. It's an US standard, and the limit given by them is that for a water from surface water storages, the iron content should be 0.3 milligram per liter, which is the maximum limit. Because the ND circumstances, it should not be more than 0.3 milligram per liter. Manganese should be 1.0 milligram per liter. Copper should be 0.5 milligram per liter. Dissolved solids 150 milligram per liter. Suspended solids should be 1000 milligram per liter. And the pH of water should be between 6 to 8.0. Hardness should be 120 milligram per liter as calcium carbonate. Desirable water quality for cotton and synthetic textile processing. So normally the water with the following parametric limits are desirable in processing cotton and synthetic textiles. The pH limit should be between 6.5 and 7.5. TDS should be 100 to 200 ppm. Color should be 0 to 5 Hazen number. Hardness between 0 to 50 parts per million. Alkalinity 50 to 200 as calcium carbonate. Copper should be between 0.01 to 5 ppm. Chromium should be minimum at an amount of 0.01 ppm, since it also imparts color. Silica should be up to 25 milligram. Manganese should be between 0.01 ppm to 0.05 ppm. Aluminum should be also less. The metallic ion concentrations are less here. It's also 0.2 ppm. Chloride and sulfate can be 100 ppm. And the turbidity, suspended solids, nitrate and organic oats should not be present in the textile processing water, cotton and synthetic textiles. And when we come for synthetic textile manufacture, surely hardness should not be there. Hence, the water is zeolite treated to produce a deionized water. And thank you for listening.